Pride means to me you're feeling good about yourself. You're just being you, nothing else. Don't worry about nobody, just be you. That's what it means to me. I want to stay at Peak Academy. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher like all the other teachers so I can show the children pride, respect, integrity, and determination. It's pride. Show them pride.
The teachers, they really help me a lot. Like, if I'm going through a hard time, they'll help me feel better. Mr. Dante, he would help me with my homework if I didn't get it. Like, I would start crying if I didn't get it, but instead of yelling at me, he would just help me through it.
I'm able to relate to a lot of the things that the students are going through. And I know for me, growing up, it was hard to go through these things and still trying to be a good student. Me and my grandma used to go around New York and go through garbage cans and get bottles to go recycle for 5 cents a bottle. Coming from poverty and impoverished situation, not having both parents, I had all the indicators for going down a path that wouldn't lead to my success. But because I had people that stepped into my life and showed me a different direction, then I was able to do what I needed to do and become successful in my opinion.
I like seeing people that look like me come here, because at my old school, they didn't it wasn't really a lot of people that looked like me. My favorite thing about Peak Academy is the teachers. I have people to talk to about what's going on at home, people that understand what I'm going through. Miss Wynn is the best teacher ever. Yeah.
All children can learn, and all children will learn. We have a very strong student support team which addresses trauma head on, in real time, so that our scholars can be free to learn. These are the group of people that keeps their babies mentally balanced, that wipe the tears and cheer when they cheer, and send them to the teachers ready to learn.
One of my favorite things that I always reflect on is a quote by Frederick Douglass, and he says, "It's easier to create strong children than to repair broken men." My first year as a teacher, wearing a suit, going to the door, shaking hands, coming in, and seeing a little scholar that looked like me, asking why I was so dressed up to clean a floor. And that's when I took it upon myself to say, yes, I'm here to teach, but I'm also here to make a difference in lives, because you don't have to look at yourself as less than. And I looked down, I said, I want you to read the door right there. And he read the door, and I said, that's me. I'm gonna be your teacher this year. And just seeing his face, and he said, I'm gonna be with you? And I said, yes, sir. And he said, okay. And he walks into class and has a seat.
I heard about the achievement gap. I heard about the low achievement of the African American kids and brown kids. I heard how low achieving it was. And I really came with an intention. I am going to get them there. I'm going to get them there. You want to make sure that you're building those social and emotional relationships. You want to ensure that they're also getting what they need academically. And I'm going to ensure that your learning experience gives you everything that you need. Prepare you not just for 6th grade, but for a long life ahead of you, future career. Whatever you want to do when you leave, I'm going to ensure that this journey, this 1 year that we have together, prepares you for that. This has been a personal mission for me, because I don't see myself as just a teacher. I'm an educator. This is not a job for me. This is my career. I thrive on the idea of making a difference for the kiddos that look just like me. And as an educator, I want to be a part of something that's gonna be a legacy way after I'm gone, that someone can say, wow, she made an impact.
Chandler was coming on, he's like, I love Miss Minto. Like, you know, he was literally just, I mean, he was overjoyed to have her as a teacher. And then when you ask him why, he's like, well, because she takes her time with me. She's patient. She tells us that she loves us. You know, she makes us feel special. And as a parent, that's what you want from your school. That's what you want to hear your kids coming from their own mouths. Nothing that you can tell when your kid's been programmed to say things versus how they genuinely feel. And you could sense that he was being cared for here, which we clearly didn't get at the previous school environment.
When they did their benchmark assessments and they saw their scores going up, they felt proud of themselves. They were like, I can't believe I did this. I said, yes, you can. You could have always done it. Some of them got 90s and 80s on some of their midterm exams, and they were like, I've never gotten these grades. They were elated. They were excited. They did absolutely well. They exceeded what projections were made over them.
Ms. Bailey is one of the best teachers I've ever met, ever. And I have a career, K through 12 and 3 master's degrees. She's one of the best teachers I've ever met because she believes in the scholars and their capability of reaching whatever is put in front of them.
Kadada was solely focused on, and is still solely focused on, the improvement of these children. Whole mind, body, soul, educationally, she wants these babies to be able to grow, and she wants them to be productive members of this society.
We hired teachers who read about our school, went online, found the charter, read through the applications, looked at the performances from last year, looked at our commitment through our board, and decided that this is the place they wanted to come teach. And almost to a person, did not ask about salary. That is such a statement about what they are about here in terms of their commitment to our students and to the school. Salary, of course it's important, but the point being is that that was not the thing that drove folk to come work at Peak. It was the mission of closing disparities and doing it in a culturally relevant way. I think that the teachers deserve the recognition of success.
I feel like the teachers have my back. I feel like the teachers are my friends, like my second mom or like second dad to me. Just enough, like 50-50 of discipline and love, because love is a very big portion of it. Discipline and well, because love and discipline, they work good together.
If we need to correct them on something, we're able to do that. But that's done in a way where they're not devalued or torn down, but it's done where they're able to understand the situation and be able to say, okay, I understand what you're saying, and we're also able to say, I understand where you're coming from, and I understand how you might figure that might be the right thing to do, but it's not. It's just bringing them back to that realization that, I can actually do this. And even if I make a wrong choice, it's something I can talk about, and it's something I can learn from, and I'm able to grow from it because there's a high standard.
We have the largest achievement gap in North Carolina. I believe the last time I looked, we were the 3rd largest in the nation.
You have poverty, then you have inadequate education, then you have a lack of resources. So those 3 things are causing the children to fall further behind who deal with those things on a daily basis. We have a lot of communities that don't have resources. And because of that, we have students that come to school, sometimes they haven't ate for a day or 2. That causes them to fall off academically because they're not able to think clearly. Then they have behavior problems because of that. They're growing up in adverse situations. A lot of our children don't have both parents in the household. We have single family households. We have households where there's a lot of trauma. So it's hard to ask a child to come to school and learn and to be actively engaged in their education if they're going through all these side effects at home.
School should be a place of safety, love, and learning. And those can't happen first without relationships being built. Believe it or not, you don't learn from who you don't like because you don't want to listen to them.
Mr. Dante and Mr. Zion, they both have my back. Like Mr. Zion, he told me a story about his brother, and he almost started crying because I told him that a sad story about my life. So then he just told me a story about himself to make me feel better.
I feel safe in Peak Academy because I got everybody around me. They feel like they're my family, and they can take care of me and protect me from anything harm and danger.
When I'm at Peak Academy, I feel safe and comfortable to where I can ask for help.
And the data has proven that when we feel safe, we thrive. We will reach our fullest potential, and we will share our God-given gifts if we're offered the opportunity.
It's a Black charter school, but when we have Black things, we aren't talking exclusionary. The nature of Black institutions is inclusion. That's who we are as a people. And so people will hear me say a Black charter school, and they may not understand that. I mean that from the standpoint we're not an institution that tries to emulate white supremacy in blackface. That's not what we're doing here. We're looking at Peak Academy as a doorway to success for these students and for our community.
So when people are speaking about us and they think that we're doing something negative and we're actually trying to do something positive, I let them speak and I just go ahead about my business because we have things to do. We have too many students that are not learning. Too many students are being left back. Too many students are on the pipeline to prison. Too many students don't have access to resources and clean clothes, things like that. So I don't have time to pay attention to people that are not on the mission with me to help these children.
The major challenge that we face, in my opinion, is just the space, the limited capacity. These kids need space. They need to be in a building that is big enough to facilitate them, their big energy, their big emotions.
So Peak not making it will not necessarily be the fault of just the Black community. It will also be the fault of the resourced community for failing to support it.
There should be no achievement gap if we're getting those resources from donors to then get the resources for our scholars and building those community connections.
Achievement, what achievement looks like, that culture of I am important, I am a part of this, I can achieve greatness, and I can start here.
You want to be a teacher? It is possible. Do you want to be a lawyer? It is possible. You want to be a doctor? It is possible. And let me show you how. And this is how you do it. That they're valued, that they're learning, and that they're inspired, it's everything to me.
When I'm at Peak Academy, I feel free. Free. I can just do anything I want to. I just feel so excited. I can learn more. I can learn about myself. I could talk about myself. I could do anything I want to. That's what I feel when I'm at Peak Academy.
I want to go to college because I want to get a degree in public speaking. I want to help out my community by making my community known, helping out the school, helping homeless people find homes.
Integrity is the best. One of the best. Just do what you're supposed to do without nobody watching. Do what you're supposed to do. That's it. Do what you're supposed to do. And we are the Panthers. Could it be louder? If you want to hear us, growl a little louder.
Come to Asheville Peak Academy. Come take a tour. You will be inspired.
What are you doing with that camera?
We're making a video about Peak. Is that okay? What are your names?
My name is Jahai, and her name is War.
My name is Ben. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, Ben.
Clap yourselves, everybody. That was awesome. Love the singing voice. All right, we're ready?
Yeah.
Ready, Miss Octavia? Yes. All right, let's do some sounds.